Hello everyone, it's Loretta. Thank you for joining me. This is a craft fair project for you to make. It's a covered clipboard. I'm going to be charging $7.50 to $8.50 a piece for these because of the cost of materials. I'm going to show you how to cover them and hopefully how to package them. First things first, you're going to need a paper trimmer, scrapbooking paper, a pair of scissors, some adhesive, an emery board or file like you would use for artificial nails, and let's get started. We're going to take this piece of scrapbooking paper and cut it down the middle at 6 inches. We will need both pieces, but for now we're just going to do one. And I am going to see how big this measurement is from the edge of the paper to where this clip is right here. Same thing over here. It looks like it's about 1.5 inches. Pretty sure it is. So I'm going to take my scrapbook paper and we're going to cut this. We're going to line this up to the 1 1/4 inch. I really should just measure this. 1 1/4. So we are going to line this up to the 1 1/4, and I'm going to cut this down. We're just basically making a slit at this point to the 2-inch mark, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now what I want to do before I put my paper trimmer out of the way is see if this is going to fit correctly, and it is. At least it's going to be close enough. So what I want to do is take my paper down to the 1 inch measurement, and I know that I started at 1 1/4. So on my ruler, I'm going to find that 1 1/4 mark, which is about right there, and I'm going to slide it down, and you can feel it on these Fiskars trimmers. But you can see this line right here on the top of the blade, and you're going to line that line up and cut it through. Once again, I'm going to dry fit it to be sure it's going to fit. Now remember, a lot of this will get covered up, and as you can see, it does fit. I need to trim off just a little hair more right here. Each clipboard is going to vary in size by just a few, probably millimeters of material. So with each one you really need to for my adhesive, I highly recommend this. This is called Yes Paste. It is acid-free, linolene-free, so you can use it on your scrapbooks, but it has this property to where it doesn't like make your paper all lumpy. It will dry perfectly flat. I like to use one of these, whatever this is called. I know people use it for cakes and stuff like that. It's like, but you're gonna just take and dip into your jar. You want to get it as close up to that mechanism as you can so that your paper doesn't come loose while it's being used. The other nice thing about this project is that the recipient can refill the paper with absolutely no problem. You may want to have a baby wipe or something handy to keep your hands clean. I'm going to take this and put it into place. If it's a little too big at this point, you can just use an X-Acto knife to clean it up a little bit, because it's a little wide right here. I need to really change the blade in this knife, but it's all right. Now I'm going to flip it to where I can see this and trim off the bottom and trim up anything that's over the sides. I'm going to apply more of the Yes paste to the back of this notebook, this clipboard. If your Yes adhesive gets too thick and goopy, add some water to it and let it sit. It will be perfect after that. Here is my other piece of paper. We're going to just line this up and put it down. Flip it over, trim off the excess. We're going to save this piece for the top of that notebook. Okay, now that I've smoothed out this surface a little bit more, I'm going to take my file, which as you can see is well used, and I'm going to sand all of the excess paper off. This will also distress the edges a little bit, which is a very nice look. I'm going to continue to sand this and we'll be right back. Since I did not do that great of a job cutting this straight, we're going to hide it. This is just some regular dye-based ink. This happens to be Stampin' Up! Screen Galore. If you want it to be neater, then you can make it neater by taking your time. I happen to like this more rustic look when it comes to edging things because it just looks like it's been handled. The actual mini clipboard is done. So I'm going to take this piece of scrap and I'm going to go ahead and just neaten up that edge. And this little strip right here I think is 3/4 of an inch, and I am right. So I'm going to cut my paper down to 3/4 of an inch by 6. Now you can use the same adhesive, the Yes paste for this, or you can use regular glue. I'm just going to wipe my tool onto the front here to attach my paper. And I just forgot this actually measures 5 by 8, so no biggie, we'll just trim that off. I'm going to use my hot glue gun. Before I do, since I distressed the edges of this piece, I'm going to go over this one real quick. Go ahead and put our clipboard and notepad together. All right, now it's time to package our creation for the craft fair. The actual project right now measures 5 by 8. It's probably a little bit wider than that. Excuse me, it's 6 by 9 because the notepad's 5 by 8. Anyway, so we're going to package this. I have a clear bag. This one measures 8 by 10. And I'm going to put this in. This is the flap that seals the bag. And I'm going to go ahead and seal this up. I'm going to cut this blue paper down to 8 by 4 inches. Now I'm going to get a piece of the pattern paper that we used on the project and cut it down to 7 7/8 by 2 7/8. Excuse me, by 1 7/8. So this is 7 7/8 by 1 7/8. So that this piece also looks finished, I'm going to add some glue to the top. I'm just going to fold this in half and crease it with my bone folder. And use some glue. You can even use hot glue for this part as well if you want. I'm just going to simply staple our topper into place and use a different piece of lace trim that I have in my collection. This hot glue is really hot, so be real careful. You can also sponge the edges of this. I may go back and add a ribbon or maybe a bow of some kind to this package. I haven't decided yet, but Once again, I'm going to be selling these for $7.50 to $8.50 a piece. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you like a chance to win this project, leave a comment down below, share the video on your social media, and I will enter you into the drawing. The drawing is going to be open to U.S. as well as international subscribers, and it's going to run from November the 25th until December the 1st, and then I will draw a name to win this project. If you haven't and you'd like to be subscribed to my channel, leave me a thumbs up and share my videos on your social media. If you want extra chances to win, definitely share it on social media and let me know that you did. Stay happy, everyone. Be a blessing. Bye for now.